What job will make me happiest? Now, isn't this just a question which so many people carry with them every single day, wrestle with and struggle with as they try and work out what their purpose is during this lifetime? Now, my quickest answer to this question is to tell you the job that will make you happiest is the job that you do not need in order to be happy. Now, let that land, because it can immediately shift you from what you're currently doing to start looking at, can I source happiness within me? Happiness is 100% an inside thing, but we grow up to believe that happiness exists like somewhere outside of us, and that if we work hard and if we're really smart and if we're really good and committed to what we do, that we will eventually land up at some destination where it rains happiness and finally you've found it. But I can only draw back to my own experiences to share what I'm going to share with you today and show you that this could be the point that you decide to walk towards exactly what makes you feel most alive. This could be the shift that you need today to bring you back to yourself. Because we grow up wanting to desperately find happiness in some sort of external object or thing, place, experience. But happiness exists within you. And until you can go into this space within yourself, anything that you look for outside of you isn't going to bring you true happiness. It might bring you moments of happiness, like really short-term satisfaction, like bang, happiness, joy, got the new thing, finally in the new role that's paying me an increased salary. But then next month, you're like, why do I feel the same way? You see, I went on this pursuit in my own life. I grew up in a wonderful family. We were always provided with what we needed in order to do our very best. And I knew that when I left high school at the age of 18, turning 19, I was going to go and now make a success of Ryan. And for me and my particular learnings, this was around money and like wealth. But I really didn't actually understand what wealthy meant. I just knew that money equals success. And as I worked my way into a career abroad and climbed the corporate ladder for 5 years, I got into a position where I was responsible for hundreds of millions of dollars of procurement every single year. And as my salary increased and my title changed and I moved upwards in the hierarchy of the corporation, I realized that, hold on, something's not working here. Even though I'm achieving more and my status might be changing, I wasn't feeling fulfilled inwardly. That's because I was following the conditioned narrative that I needed to become something and I needed to achieve something outside of myself in order to finally be happy. And perhaps you're walking the same path today. And I didn't know it entirely then, but it was this great experience, necessary experience, which started to turn me inwards and bring me back towards myself in order to discover what is it that I think I would like to do to, again, feel happy. I still hadn't got to the point where I knew that I am responsible for the happiness from within myself. This brought me back to my home country, to South Africa. And then I started in another career, this one being another dress up, another type of the same thing. How much money could I make? How much could I get done in order to feel fulfilled, in order to buy the things that I would like to buy that would bring me this happiness momentarily, like a fleeting moment. Happiness comes and then happiness goes. So the job that's going to make you most happy is the job that is most aligned to the truth of who you are today. First, the happiness is going to be sourced within yourself. You need to look at exactly why you aren't happy. What conditioning, what beliefs, and what programming are you currently running within yourself that is preventing you from experiencing happiness in this incredible world? Because happiness and joy is your true nature. So who are you being that's preventing you from seeing this? What are you so desperately wanting in order to fill a void? The very question that what job brings happiness to you shows you that you're looking for something outside of yourself that could bring you this happiness, which means that without this job, you couldn't be happy. But that's not the truth. You know that in this moment. So can you source happiness within yourself in order then to take this happiness and live your truth and passion in the world in whichever way you choose? It's about coming home to yourself. And this is a process that I share with a lot of people who are navigating their journey of purpose, creating impact in the world, and finding true fulfillment in who they already are. What if you lost the job entirely? Could you be happy? If your answer is still no, there is work to be done because you're still relying on something externally in order to bring you joy and happiness. But in order to experience happiness in the world, we have to find and source happiness within ourselves. So fast track down the story again for Ryan into this new role, a career at home in South Africa with friends and people close to me, people who are dear to me. But again, I was taking and taking. How much could I take? How much could I make in order to be happy? Spending my money on the weekends in ways that I choose, not always happy with my decisions and not proud of who I was being. But hey, this is part of the process. This was part of the transformation. And instead of a 5-year chapter, this was around a 3-year chapter where I saw like, I can't continue this way any longer. There is absolutely no way that I can continue to live this way and pursue this career, trying to make money, getting the money and realizing that happiness did not exist in paper. And so the journey of transformation started to deepen, now knowingly for myself. I stepped into the transformation and said, I'm going to give up everything here and I'm going to learn about myself on a deeper level so that I can show up in the world and express my truth truthfully. So what did this require? I had to go inwards to source what is true for me. But before I could source what was true, I had to navigate through what hurts, what is not true, because you can't find the truth of who you really are until you know who you are not. And this process hasn't ended. It's still unfolding. It's still showing me on much deeper levels where Ryan is still holding on to certain attachments, where the external world is still dictating certain parts of me, making me happy, making me feel fulfilled. But to a much larger degree, the fulfillment is an inner state. It is my way of being, which allows me then to say, like, world, I want to serve. And if we really have to look at, cool, what job will make you happy? First, we know you need to source the happiness within. But once you do this, my promise to you is that you're going to start living a path of service to others. There are only two paths that we can be on at any given moment. And this is either service to self. This is like taking from the world. It's how much can I make for myself in order to be something. And then there's service to others. And service to others is the real reason you are here. Now, this can look very different, but it means that you are contributing towards the greater good of all, that your individual expression of your essence and your passion and your purpose makes a greater contribution to the whole. You see, you are here to live as an extension of love, but this love is sourced within yourself, and then it is expressed outwardly as whatever you choose to do. Whatever you feel is true and allows you to make an impact, contribute, and serve others. Because then you are giving, and in giving, you are receiving. Giving is receiving itself. It's now not a case of what can I do today to earn more? What can I do today to be a success? What can I do today in order to get to that destination so that I feel worthy? Now it is, I am worthy. And how do I choose to share myself with the world? Because your greatest desire is just to be happy. And while you think happiness comes through a job, a career, a material object, something in your world, this happiness rests inside you. And until you find this part of yourself, you won't ever be truly happy. You want to be an extension of love because it is who you are. And as you serve from this place, you do this because love then gets to experience itself as love in return. And this is why you are here. So yes, we all have different creative pursuits. We all have different passions and ideas of how we would like to show up and contribute to society. But the truest part of this contribution flows from love, from joy, and from peace. Can you be that before you look for happiness anywhere outside of yourself? And this process is going to unfold for all people, different ages, different points on their journeys, multiple times, to bring you deeper and deeper into the awareness that you are, giving you more clarity around who you really are, so that when you wake up and face each new day, you know that you are choosing the path of service to others. And with this, receiving abundance in return, not because of how much you're doing, but because of where your doing flows from, because of living in alignment to your truth. So if you are somebody who might be feeling unfulfilled or stuck on their journey, and you've seen this today, please reach out to me. Let's set up a free call together where we can discuss discovering your deeper purpose and how you can truly express yourself in this world from a place of knowing who you are, and not from a place of seeking to become worthy, and not from a place that is riddled with doubt and lack and covered by fear. You'll need to face this, but beneath that, who you are is incredible. And my wish is that you will find this part of yourself and then share it with the world.